Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day and welcome to episode 39 of All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian Fishing Podcast. Diz, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Great to be here with you.
Always great to come and talk fishing with you and all the listeners.
It is, mate, and we've got something very special lined up.
We've got a great guest, don't we,
Something
Diz?
unique. Bit of a barrel expert,
Yes.
some would say.
Bodhi Pannenberg.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys follow him on Instagram, but I'll give you a red hot tip. You should.
You should follow him on Instagram. You should listen to our chat with him if you have any inkling in going down and chasing the fish of a lifetime, a big barrel tuna.
He's on a hot streak, that bloke.
He is.
And his partner, she goes by Jazz's Fishing on Instagram.
Yes.
She's pretty handy too.
Yeah, she's been doing well on the tuna too.
And the way she's going, she could be the guest of episode 40.
That's true.
Would that be a bit
That is
repetitive
true.
or that'd be okay?
Well, yeah, we might need to change the theme slightly, keep the listeners interested, but that's okay. That's okay. Rhodey, we should get on to oranges and lemons for the fortnight that's gone because we've got a bit to get through this episode and we are looking forward to chatting all things fishing with Bodhi a bit later. So, look, mate, I'll get things started by rolling out the orange. And I'll go with the birthday celebrations.
Yes, happy birthday, mate. You're looking older than ever.
Thank you. I'm still younger than you, big fella, and I've still got more hair. So that's a positive.
Did you get any fishing-related presents? Anything I can benefit off on the boat? Or?
No, I didn't actually. It was interesting. I had been needing some headphones.
Yeah, look, I can't
I
use
need some
them.
new car seats.
Again, I can't use them.
And that just about wrapped up the gifts.
I've been dropping subtle hints to all your family and friends saying we need more boating gear. Clearly didn't pay off, did it?
Well, you found that exceptionally good marketplace post of about 5 different rods, all sorts of gear for about $1,000. You could have got all the friends and family to chip in for that.
I should have.
You missed your chance. All right, I'm going to roll straight into my lemon too here, Rhodey, before we get onto your orange.
Yeah, okay.
But my lemon has been that bit of anxious times with COVID infiltrating the border.
Couple of truckies.
So my brother had been doing some work in Sejuna.
Oh, yeah.
He was there on, I think, the Monday and Tuesday.
Is he in lockdown?
And the truckies were there on the Saturday and then the Wednesday.
So he's alright?
Just missed it.
Yeah.
Just missed it. But some of his colleagues are in lockdown. In fact, got a coffee within 10 minutes.
Oh.
So
high risk.
14 days. Tested negative, I believe. But I'm not going to, guess too much more than that.
You're not taking over from Nicola Spurrier?
No,
Giving
I'll
the
let her
update?
do her job. Rhodey, your oranges and lemons, please.
All right, Diz. My orange this week was bloody simple.
Yes. Go the power. Go the mighty power.
I wasn't sure if we were going to play the whole song then, but we'll cut it short. We'll save that for hopefully a couple of weeks' time, and then you will hear the whole song. If we keep winning, we're going the whole song.
Goodness me, that's a huge call. That's
Anyway, Diz, that game of footy we went in the committee room, paid up the big bucks.
Yeah, it really hurt the hip pocket, that
Had to sell a kidney each.
Yeah.
Anyway, Diz,
well
well worth
for
it.
my left kidney, actually.
The footy was certainly my orange. Hands down. That could be my orange for the whole year.
Oh, it was a great game, wasn't it?
It was so good. Anyway, let's
Looking
keep a lid on
forward
it.
to next week's game.
I'm sure Tommy Jonas and Hamish Hartlett and the boys are all listening, so we don't want to pump up their tyres too much.
Absolutely. Rhodey and the lemon, mate?
Look, I've just been doing a bit of weather researching this afternoon.
Oh, yeah?
I would love to know who decided that it was going to be, 26 on Wednesday,
Oh, no.
29 on Thursday, and 15 and raining all weekend. That's a tragedy.
It's shocking, isn't it?
This could be my easiest orange and lemon for the whole year. That is so clear cut. That's horrible.
It happens like that too many times for mine.
It's not good.
But the odds are stacked against you. When you work 5 days a week and you have 2 days off.
I can only think one thing we can do about this.
Just wind back work.
Work 2, party 5.
Very good. All right, Rody. Let's give the listeners a bit of an update on the merch because we have some samples coming.
Yes.
Don't we?
ORTC is
back at it.
Sending us out a couple of grey caps as a sample. So keep your eyes peeled for them.
Yep.
Once we get a final design locked away. And we're also hard at work on the second coloration of the stubby holders, Diz. So plenty to look forward to in the merchandise space.
Yeah, my stubby sort of storage unit needs a bit of a refresh.
Yes.
Some of the stubby holders I've got have got a lot of Bundy and Coke spilled all over them. Doesn't matter how many times I seem to give them a wash, it just won't come out.
See, my problem is I'm too generous. One beer and I'm giving stubbies away, I'm giving caps away.
Doesn't surprise me. No wonder this podcast is financially draining my life.
Anyway, Diz, it's all worth it, I reckon. All right, Diz, let's have a little bit of a recap on our last episode.
Wow, it stirred the pot.
It certainly caused a little bit of drama.
It stirred the pot.
There was lots of Facebook comments, lots of opinions either way. Yep. Positive and negative for Basham. Plenty supporting the rec license being off the cards.
Yep.
But also plenty not happy and think it's a big missed opportunity, which I think we're both in that boat and think there could have been some benefits.
I think a big missed opportunity, also maybe an interesting way to announce it.
Yes. I'm not sure he actually meant to tell us that.
Yes, well, I think watch this space on that one. There might be some more to come around, maybe some more consultation and then some official word.
Also very interesting, I think a lot of people are not happy. His comments about the, I consider fishing a sport, but that doesn't mean it should get more funding.
Yes, we better be careful not to quote him because we don't have it on hand, but certainly that was the
I'm paraphrasing.
And it was very disappointing from my perspective. It seems to be the more we talk to people in the know that they're bumping it from portfolio to portfolio. And I think it's a clear-cut case for mine. It should be recognised as a sport.
The only thing we got in our favour here, Diz, is an election coming up, and I think we get the Fishing Minister and the Shadow Fishing Minister on in the lead-up, and we really play them against each other.
Drive a wedge, you think?
And we just try and bully him into doing what we want. I'm pretty sure we got that power in this state podcast.
All the power.
Anyway, Diz, that is what you've all got to look forward to. But lots of positive feedback
it was good
about the episode. A couple of negative feedbacks, but we'll cop them.
Yeah, we like constructive criticism at times. Is very helpful. And we'll learn from our mistakes and move on.
We certainly did our best to cover everything, but we did have some time constraints. And we sort of wanted to keep David on side.
Yes.
I suppose. We want to get him back on at some point.
Yes.
We didn't want to completely burn the bridge with the government.
Busy people like that is always against you. Nonetheless, Rhodey, we have a bit of news to get through this week. And let's just kick it right off with the West Beach Boat Ramp closure scheduled for maintenance mid-September to the 17th of December. And it's fair to say with the public attention it's been getting of late, it is overdue and very much needed, although will be disappointing to a number of recreational anglers who enjoy fishing the metro area.
Yeah, that dredging boat's been there for quite a while.
It has been. But you saw the footage of the weed. And
yeah, it's been pretty ugly a lot of the time, hasn't it?
It has been.
So I don't know exactly what they're doing, but the Department of Infrastructure and Transport has confirmed it will begin repairs. They're hoping it will relaunch on 17th of December.
Yep.
They're cutting it reasonably fine to get it reopened by Christmas.
Yes.
And I'm reading here that West Beach Parks will refund annual permits for the duration of the closure.
Yes, well, I was going to say that you will not be financially disadvantaged. They'll offer you a refund or a credit towards next year's permit. So they'll be in touch with you if you have purchased an annual permit over the coming weeks.
Diz, the Port River whale carcass.
Yes.
I assume you've seen the footage.
I have seen the footage, Rhodey. There is a lot of that stirring and going around on social media. What's the crux of it all? What do the listeners need to know?
Look, basically, there is a big old whale floating off Port Adelaide. It was in the Port River for a while, I think last Sunday. Mm-hmm. There's some talk that the tides have moved it around a bit. Mm-hmm. And it's been spotted out off Section Bank, out of Harbour and St Kilda.
Yes.
And there's been at least 2 great whites seen in a video, and I'm sure there's plenty more out there.
Oh, yes.
So
absolutely.
my advice is going to be don't go swimming near there. That's my public service announcement for today.
Should we take Calypso on at their own game?
I've got a bird cage. We'll get a bit of GoPro footage. Anyway, there was also an interesting quote here I read from a man named John Emmett from South Australia's National Parks and Wildlife Service. He's actually saying that, I don't know if you know he's called it the big bulbous part to the bow of the ship. If that strikes a whale, this is a quote from John, sometimes the whale's body can actually get carried on top of the bulbous parts for hundreds or thousands of kilometres. So they're suggesting that it might not have even got hit anywhere near there.
Wow.
Anyway, that's interesting. The South Australian Museum's been in for a look. And I think a group of Flinders University ecologists have also taken this as an opportunity to I think they've been out in a boat to sample the shark skin and muscle tissue to do some DNA testing as to where these sharks have come from, these great whites.
Yes, very interesting.
So, Diz, that's an interesting one.
Yes, while we're on the Port River, Roadie, there has also been a announcement that there's going to be an investigation into the dwindling numbers of dolphins. This is something that we have covered from time to time.
Yes, is this the one that they're blaming fishermen using too heavy a line or some garbage?
No, not specifically. This time they are, they're hypothesising, and I think this is why there's going to be some more investigation. It might be linked potentially to the hypersaline water from St Kilda.
Oh, this is really drawing this episode together, isn't it? Because we've got more on St Kilda to come.
Yes, we certainly do. And look, I'm not going to dwell on this article, but basically there has once been numbers in their 40s, and they are suggesting approximately 30 remain in the entire river area, but there has been a decline of approximately 10 and a further 10 coming and going from the Gulf. So they're going to do a bit more investigation here, but it would be very interesting if they did develop a connection between the hypersaline water.
It's good to see someone other than the humble fishers getting blamed for these dolphins disappearing. I'm fed up of it. I blame the hypersaline water too. I think they're right.
Okay, what else have we got?
Should we keep on that similar thread of discussion?
Yes. Because,
Dizzy, there has been a report released specifically about what you were just talking about. We've talked on this a fair bit, the St Kilda mangroves.
Yes.
So this is a summary report from the Department for Environment and Water. And I'm just going to briefly touch on the summary.
Yes.
It is. So it's based on March 2021, was when this all sort of started to be investigated.
Okay.
So it's looking at footage, photos from a little bit earlier in January. They're talking about the new dieback boundary contains approximately 9 hectares of mangroves, 10 hectares of salt marsh, and nearly 5 hectares of bare, sparsely vegetated or aquatic ecosystems. They're saying that's 0.45% of the Barker Inlet mangrove community. So it's not a massive amount.
No, it's not a huge.
Interestingly. And they're saying 1.4% of the local intertidal salt marsh community. I think they do still think that even though it's a small area, could it be impacting on a wider area indirectly? Maybe.
It seems to be something that they want to get ahead of the game here with.
Yeah, and it seems like from what this summary says, no major increase in dieback extent were evident between December 2020 and July 2021.
Okay.
So hopefully that means they've got on top of it.
Yes.
They've also revised their estimates.
Okay.
So originally they said 45 hectares. They're now saying 24 hectares.
Well, that's a significant decline, which is positive.
So look, Diz, I'm no mangrove expert.
But I'm starting to think we should change the name of this podcast to St Kilda Mangroves All the Gear Edition. Look, we've got no idea about this.
Look, it's still interesting, Diz.
It's very interesting because we know the impact this could have.
They're also saying that further, this is sort of the plan going forwards.
Yes.
Further high resolution, this is a good word, multispectral aerial imagery will be captured in October 2021, along with ground observations of vegetation condition.
Okay.
So look, Diz, that'll give us another bit of data for us to look through. I'm sure that'll chew up a bit more time on a future episode. We'll pretend we're some sort of ecology gurus. And yeah, look, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely, mate.
I'll put my biology hat on.
I can't wait for the next episode.
Talk about how many hectares
to talk more mangroves with you.
It's good, Diz. It's good. Anyway, it is very important, Diz. I don't know if you know, but that's where the whiting breed and grow.
Yes, I told you I was respectful of the fact that the outcomes could be detrimental.
The blue swimmer crabs.
So let's move on before we get too hung up on the mangroves, Rody. The Ultimate Junior Angler Challenge.
This is the next big thing from the Reeling In Junior Anglers program.
Fantastic work from Lee Van Soest there. They are the Reeling In Junior Anglers. They're on the hunt for children to get involved in this program. The children must be a member.
Yep.
It is for South Australian residents only.
Yep.
Once you have registered, you'll get emailed a booklet, and the booklet will have 3 different categories. Rody, what are they?
So All-Star Angler, Hotshot Angler, and Elite Angler.
Okay.
$20 per family, so very affordable.
Very much so.
Or what you do, you take your kids out fishing. What do they catch? They catch a King George whiting.
Yeah.
You take a picture of them with it.
Put it in the book.
Send it in. Send it into the Reeling In Junior Anglers team, and they will email a certificate for every species of fish they've caught.
Yeah, we love that.
And what happens is when you've caught all the fish, your young tacker has caught all the fish in a particular section, they will earn themselves they'll be sent a prize, I believe. Yep. And they'll tick off that. So, for example, there's probably, I'm just eyeballing it, maybe 12 species in the All-Star Angler.
Yep.
So you tick off those 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I think it might be 14. Quick maths. But anyway, you tick them all off, and then you become an All-Star Angler. You get a certificate and you get a prize. Then you move on to the Ultimate Angler. There's about that many again. The Hotshot Angler, sorry.
Yep.
And then you do the same. And then the Elite Angler. So you work your way through the ranks. You've got your mullet, your salmon trout, your King George whiting, your cockles, your squid in the All-Star Angler.
Yep.
Your Ultimate Angler, you move up through your Nanagai, your blue Morwong, your Yabbies, your Yellow Belly, your Cullet. Yep. And then you've got your Kingfish and your Tuna and your Sharks in the final Elite Angler section.
Yes, absolutely, Rody. This is really good work from Lee.
Yeah, it is. I've actually just been in contact with Lee, and I've asked if you could go back and try and tick off the All-Star Angler section.
What's been the feedback from Lee? Is she happy?
I think Lee's happy to bend the rules just for you so you can go back and get yourself a certificate, because I'm not sure you're good enough to get all those species yet.
Oh, stiff.
Actually, talk about that. I think there's a flounder on there. That's a bit of a tough one.
Yes. Yeah. No, I've caught a flounder.
You haven't caught many, I would have thought.
Nah, I certainly haven't caught
That's
many.
probably where the All-Star Angler's at its most difficult, I would have thought.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, Diz, it's a great thing.
Yes. And you want to get involved, so jump on the Facebook page or get on the website, reelinginjunioranglers.com/theultimateangler and get involved. I'm sure the kids that have been part of the program so far will, but you don't have to have been. You can get involved, sign up like we said, and get amongst it.
And Diz, another little tease from Lee and her team. The Reeling In Junior Anglers will be holding a compliance course on Gone Fishing Day on October the 10th of October.
Oh, yes.
That is all we know.
Bit of
a little tease, but keep your eye out for further details in the next couple of weeks.
Yes,
because we are sure that will be a great event too.
Yes, and one little last feature of the news, Roddy, I wanted to let the listeners know about is, of course, great friends of the show, Kangaroo Island Fishing Adventures, Gav and the team down there. Always jump out on them if you're looking for a charter on the north coast of KI. They've got themselves a little bit of a newsletter.
I did see this, Diz, and I signed up.
Yes, I did too, and it was a good read on what they've done with the boat. Obviously had to tick off a few more things in their annual compliance.
Yep.
Get an anti-foul done, get it on the dry dock, so they cruised.
Good video. I saw the video of them putting up, lifting it up, having a look, doing all that.
Absolutely. Their Facebook game is strong, as we'd say, and the newsletter is sure to be one that you want to keep up with, especially to get a whet appetite for some summer fishing to come on that north coast of KI, Rody.
Yes, Diz, very good operators down there at KI Fishing Adventures.
Absolutely. All right, well, that wraps up the news segment, Rody. Great to tick off the items there. Certainly the mangroves were the highlight. You'd agree?
We always love a bit of biology.
All right, Rody, now's time for our guest, Bodhi Pannenberg. We are looking forward to hearing all things barrel fishing down at Port MacDonald. Let's get him on the line.
Diz, we are very lucky to be joined by Bodhi Pannenberg. Bodhi, welcome to the show.
G'day guys, how are we?
We're very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Been pretty good, so yeah.
Excellent, mate. We are very much looking forward to hearing about a few stories. We've seen a lot go up on your Instagram page, and we look forward to getting into a bit of that chat. But first, let's get through the 5 questions that we ask all of our guests. So, Bodhi, tell us about your best fish.
My best fish? Well, I don't know. I think I'd probably have a couple. The most recent one's probably the first barrel I've landed in my own boat.
Yep.
So I've landed one before with one of my mates on his boat.
Yep.
That was my first one, which went 120 kilo. And then the second one, which was my first one in my own boat, was this season.
Oh wow!
And we got 2 that day and lost another one.
Jeez.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I reckon we trawled for a total of 15 minutes for the day and had the 3 hookups.
Oh Jesus, that is living the dream.
Yeah, it was a pretty good day. You don't get that very often.
Oh, and how many times had you been out on your own boat chasing them before you got lucky?
Well,
please don't tell us it was the first time you went out.
Hey?
Please don't tell us it was the first time you went out.
No. It took me 4 years to get my first one.
Yes, fair enough.
Yeah.
I started chasing them just in a tinny with spin gear sort of thing. And I lost, first time I tried for them in a season, I lost 2, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next season, I ended up I bought a bit bigger centre console.
Yeah.
And I reckon we lost 10 that season.
Oh,
wow.
And yeah, it's just like we snapped hooks, had brand new braid snapped, and just pulled hooks and just big run of bad luck.
Yeah.
Gosh, kidding
And
me.
then I went with one of my good mates who owns Extreme Marine Charters down here. We just went out for a morning session, and I reckon we left the rant an hour later, hooked up and got my 120 kilo fish on the deck.
Yeah.
And we're home by about 10 o'clock, I think, that morning.
Oh.
Wow.
Beautiful. All right, Bodhi, next one of our 5 questions is, what is your favourite thing about fishing?
Favourite thing about fishing? I'd say it's all the adventure that comes with it. Being able to travel everywhere and camp on the beaches, go explore new places and all that sort of thing. The challenge that comes with it, learning every species and the best way to catch them, the best way to target them. Just learning everything about them. Like over the last 4 or 5 years, like learning the best way to target the barrels and all that. Like we went from losing 10 that season and losing more and more and more to now we're catching more and more, whereas not losing them. So it's just a challenge that comes with it. I enjoy, and yeah, even like competition fishing, the challenge with that, competing against other people, and yeah, just having a crack and see how you go.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. You're not wrong. It's one of those things. It doesn't matter what you're chasing. There's always something to continue learning on every trip. So we certainly agree with that. It's bloody good fun getting amongst them. And Bodhi, what's your first fishing memory, or what got you into fishing, mate?
It'd have to be going down the river with my parents.
Yeah.
Chasing boom just off the landings down there when I was probably, 4 years old. And yeah, it's doing that sort of stuff. And then going down to my grandparents every weekend down on the coast. They had a shack down there, and I'd go crayfishing with pop and whiting fishing and gar fishing and all that sort of thing. And yeah, it just sort of went from there, and I haven't been able to stop doing it, just addicted to it.
It's amazing how many of our guests have started in the river chasing freshwater fish, Diz, and then graduated into the salt. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, it is. It is. I suppose it sort of depends where you grew up and all that, but certainly
Yeah, I
has
think
been a bit of a
it's a
thing.
lot easier and it's a lot safer for all the kids and all that sort of thing, and you just got to... And when people don't have boats and that, it's just
more
easy to
accessible.
go down to a landing and try to pilchard or a cockle or something and see what you catch.
Yeah. And Bodhi, tell us, we can probably guess this one, but what's your favourite sort of fishing and why?
Depends on the season, really.
Yeah.
Like all through winter, obviously I'm just chasing barrels the whole time, or going out to the shelf to chase harpooker and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, I love hitting the surf beaches and chasing mulloway.
Okay.
Yeah, awesome.
Or you get the late nights after work where you scoot down the river and catch estuary perch off the surface and that sort of thing.
Yeah, fantastic.
So there's a few different ones. I love all my fishing. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as I'm doing it, I'm having fun. One thing I'd love to do is just go chase barra and GTs for a while.
Yeah.
That sort of thing, all the top water fishing.
Yeah, once this bloody COVID storm blows over, it'd be nice to do a bit of travelling with fishing, won't it?
Yeah, no, I can't wait for all that to pass and bit of free movement, all that sort of thing.
Yeah, it'd be good. Now, Bodhi, you told us you were struggling with this last question before we got you on to record. So what did you wind up with your funniest fishing story, or tell us about the one that got away?
One that got away, I've been chasing a barrel on a stick bait for a long time.
Wow.
Last 3 or 4 years, really, since I've been started doing it. And the one that got away would probably be I was casting into barrel bust up, so it was like football fields of fish about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I got one to eat right next to another boat that was trolling past. And then there was another boat behind us who, when we hooked up, we were going along with the fish, and then they casted in front of us and over us. And then it nearly hooked my partner in the back as they rounded it back over, and that was just the start. And then it went from there and fought it for 3.5 hours and had it boat side. It was probably, I reckon it was 130 kilos roughly. It was a good fish, and after 3.5 hours on the spin gear on the stick bait, I pulled the hooks next to the boat.
Oh, geez, you'd be flat.
Yeah, that was in that season where we lost 10 or 11 fish.
Would have been a long drive home.
Yeah, there was a few words said after the hooks pulled.
I can imagine.
I bet.
All right, Bodhi, so it sounds like you're on an absolute hot streak with these barrels, mate. Can you give us some stats about your own performance? How many have you hooked for the season, and what is the PB size?
So this season, it's been a bit of a hard one. Early on, there's been a lot of searching for not much action. Yeah. There was 2 days there. We went 2 days in a row and covered 280 Ks for both days, just searching and nothing to be found. And then you go a week later and you see stuff everywhere. Yeah. But the last 5 trips, that's about all I've been able to get out on with the weather since they've showed up. I think I've done 5 trips for 5 fish and 4 landed.
Oh, cheering. That's a good strike rate.
It certainly is. What's the PB size, Bodhi?
So the best one for this season, my partner caught that. It's her first one ever, and that one went 122 kilos after a half an hour fight.
Oh.
And we were going to ask you, Bodhi, about your partner. We've seen her on Instagram, Jazz is fishing. Who catches more fish, you or her?
It's a bit of both. I'd say she's got me for the barrels at the moment.
Oh, she? Yeah.
She's got 2 this season. I've got 1. Got my mate 1.
Yeah.
She's got a pending state record at the moment for the last one she caught.
Ooh, beautiful.
So hopefully that all passes, and
Yeah.
then we would have set a female state record for 37 kilo line. So something for the other female anglers to go out there and chase and see if they can break it.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, fingers crossed that gets across the line. That'd be good.
Yeah, no, it should be good. Hopefully all the line breaks at what the recommended breaking strain is, and
Ticks all the boxes.
It's about 6 months till you hear back from them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Where do you send the line off to get tested for a world record?
I think for the state record, it goes to the local game fishing club, which is the Port Mac Offshore Angling Club.
Yeah.
And then they send it to the appropriate people to go get it all tested and all that. I'm not 100% sure who they send it to, but it'd be someone who's affiliated with the IGFA, I'd imagine.
Yeah, fair enough. And you're quite involved in the Port Mac Angling Club, are you, Bodhi?
This is only our first season with it.
Yeah.
We weighed a few fish in and all that sort of thing, but we haven't fished any. We didn't fish a tuna comp just because didn't get a chance to with work and that sort of. And the weather was no good when it was time to fish on the weekends. So
yes,
I'd like to do it next year. Maybe take the week off work and have a good crack at it and see how we can go.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. Now, Bodhi, we certainly don't expect you to give away too many of your tightly held secrets, but can you tell us a little bit about your spread? We know you get amongst the Troll So Hard lures, and Flacky's a good fan of the show. Can you tell us a bit about your setup for this season?
Yeah, so this season, we helped Flacky get his first barrel last year.
Beautiful.
And he flicked us a few lures for the help.
Yep.
And Jazz actually got the first fish of the season on one of them ones that he gave us, which was the 9-inch got it in the real steel.
Beautiful.
And that was in the long corner.
Yeah. And do you normally run all skirts or any hard bodies, or what's the go there?
Yeah, I generally run all skirts, and then depends what the action's like. I've got a few hard bodies in the shed, but to be honest, I think I've ran them about once.
Yeah.
But if I see fish busting up, I'll sort of pull them in and then cast stick baits. So when they're not busting up, it's just trolling around with the skirts. And I've been running bonds all last year and this year, and then I've got a few more Flackies, Troll So Hards.
Mm.
And that day we caught the 3 fish. Well, we hooked the 3 fish and landed the 2. We had 3 bonds out, and I rigged up one of Flacky's TSH, the 8.5-inch inverts with the UV.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rigged one of them up before we left, and I had that in the long corner, and all the other lures were all bonds. And that one got smoked. So
it's a good sign for Flacky, isn't it?
Got smoked in between all the bonds.
Yeah.
And ever since, we caught 2 fish on the new bonds weapon, and the rest have all been on the TSH 8.5-inch invert and the 9-inch got it in the real steel.
Very, very good recommendation there for Flacky, I would have thought, Diz.
Yeah, I think you'd be pretty happy with that.
Happy with the way they've been performing for this season, and the way they light up in the water with that UV over the top of them, it's just unreal.
Yeah.
You get that blue UV tinge and then the colour of the skirt shining through it. I know a few people have gone around rummaging, see what they can find with a few UV skirts, and tried to make their own sort of thing.
Yeah.
The work Flacky's putting out now is pretty good for a local bloke doing it in Adelaide, just doing it out of his shed or whatever he's doing it out of.
Yeah, no, it sounds like we might have to package up this audio and put it together for our mate Flacky, you did.
Yeah.
Bit of promo gear.
I'm quite impressed by what he's doing there. Like, he's doing a good job just for himself, and I think his dad gives him a hand every now and again. So
yes, not certainly very good gear, Flacky. Not sorry,
too, so
Bodhi. Yes.
I hope he can expand it and make it worldwide.
Yeah, it is good gear. Not that we've had the privilege of testing it out on a barrel, but it's certainly done well for us on the school tuner.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've got a few skirts in there to try on them when they rock up as well.
Yeah.
At the moment, like, it seems to be either you get the school tuner to rock up and then they go, and you get the barrels.
Yeah.
So it's not very often you get both, but it does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Bodhi, there's been a lot of talk about barrel fishing down in the southeast over the last, couple of years. Do you think the number of those big tuna is on the increase, or do you think it's just social media is getting bigger and bigger and we're hearing more about it?
It's just different every year. Definitely social media gets it out there more and gets people keen to come down and have a crack. But it's just like we've seen over the last few weeks, like, because we're local, we can just go out whenever we want.
Yeah.
So we'll just go out and then you catch a fish and then everyone rushes down here and then the next 2 days there's nothing to be seen. It's just hit and miss.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's so weather dependent as well. We find, like, say, the full moon, the tuna seem to not be as active because they feed through the night.
Okay.
So you'll probably catch more fish on a half moon than you will a full moon.
Yeah.
But in saying that, they do have to feed it sometimes during the day, so it's always worth a look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just putting in the time and doing the Ks and trying to find your own patch of fish.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're right. It's certainly good that you can be down there and make the most of some of those weather windows, because we actually got down on Jamie's boat a couple of years ago, I think it was. Rody with Extreme Marine.
Yeah, we did. That was probably 2 years ago
that's
now.
Jamie's boat.
Yeah,
Didn't have much luck that particular day.
No, we didn't have luck that day, but that year he
got
caught
heaps,
3 fish in one day. And
yeah.
So, you're not wrong. You've got to do the miles and you've got to be prepared to travel. And we'd love to get down there one day in our own boat because we've got to be a bigger one now. So, but yeah, that's good, mate. And I suppose you get to know the patterns a bit better, and a bit of that local knowledge always helps as well, I guess.
Yeah, you get to find out when they're feeding, how they're feeding, what they're feeding on, how far they're moving every day, and that sort of thing. And yeah, it's just handy being down here and being being one of the locals and getting a bit of inside information.
Yeah.
Just helping each other out.
And do you tend to find that they do sort of hang around one particular, honey hole where you've had a lot of success, or they're spread all over the place?
It depends on the season.
Yeah.
Like one season we had them, you'd catch them one day, then you go the next, and they'd be 7 Ks from where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Wow.
like in 2019, they were straight out the front in 40 metres of water, 8 Ks from the ramp, and they stayed there for like 3 months.
Yeah,
So
okay.
Yeah.
Bit hit and miss.
it all depends where the currents are pushing the bait.
Yeah.
And, what the water temps are doing.
And Bodhi, a question I've really wanted to know of people like yourself that catch these big fish, how many mates do you have to split up 100 kilos of tuna?
Well, we get rid of it pretty quick.
Do you?
Surprisingly. Like, I've got a lot of people, like people at work, friends, family.
Yeah.
And it's gone within the day
Okay.
when we get it. So,
Oh,
and
good.
then
Good to
when
see
we
it's
got
getting
them
put to
2 fish
use.
in the day. My mate, he lives in Adelaide, so he took majority of that. I think we kept about half a fish.
Yeah.
He took majority of that back to his family and friends and shared all that out, jarred a heap of it up to preserve it, and because that was his first barrel in 5 years. And it's a lot better eating the school fish. Like, I don't like eating the school tuna, but I've been smoking the barrel and doing steaks and all that, and it's just heaps better.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, actually, I remember Jamie had some smoked
We had
tuna
dinner,
that day.
yeah.
That was unbelievably
Yeah,
good.
it was good. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Bodhi, have you got any tips for a couple of rookies who might be making their first trip down there? What would be your number one tip?
number one tip is just keep your eyes peeled. Look for any birds you can, any birds diving, dolphins, whales, seals. If you have a good sounder with a kilowatt transducer for trolling, that can help if there's no bird life around, just finding the bait and might mark a few fish to stick around on them. But the other day when we hooked the fish, I think the last one we got, there was about 20 boats out for the day, and I knocked off work at about lunchtime. We launched at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, went out, hooked the fish and come back in at 5 o'clock. Just got lucky that day, but that was literally under 5 birds, and there was no gannets. It was just a few terns and a few mutton birds, and I was just following them around. And just one tern dove, and then the long rigger went off on the TSH.
It's certainly amazing how sometimes there can be so much activity and you think we're definitely going to get one here and it leads to nothing, and then other days you see one bird or one dolphin and all of a sudden you're on.
Yeah, it's like some days you can find 6 or 7 different bait balls, but only one of them will be holding fish. So that depends when they're schooled up or when they're spread out. I think it was last Friday there was 5 fish caught or hooked. And I heard of 2 out the front, 2 off the lighthouse, 2 down further to the west. It's just some days they can be all spread out everywhere, and other days they can be all schooled up.
Yes. Now, Bodhi, we've talked a lot about the barrel fishing down at Port Macdonald, but tell us what else the place has to offer for a keen angler.
You got the Shell's certainly 30 k's out from here. Right time of year, you can get albacore out there, harpooka, blue eye, pink ling. There's been 1 swordfish caught down here by Carn Taylor in 2015, so they are here.
Yeah, righto.
I was hoping to do a bit of that this season, but we just haven't had the weather for it.
It's a totally different environment to the rest of the. It's a totally different fishing environment to the rest of the state, Bodhi, isn't it?
Yeah, it's I don't know. I'd say it's a lot more rougher down here. Like, you get the bigger swells, bigger winds. It's all reef you got to worry about in close. When the swell's up 4 metres or more here, and you get a day you can go out when the wind allows, there's certain lines you got to take to go out to avoid breaks and that sort of thing. So if you're not real confident and you don't know the area, I'd say anything under 3 to 3.5 metres, anything under that would be fine for you to go out in. But anything over that, you want to know your lines and your tracks and have a little bit of experience with the area.
Yes, no, we'll certainly be playing it safe when we go down there, Bodhi. Don't worry about that.
Us rookies.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Bodhi, that's been a great chat, very informative for us, and I'm sure very interesting for our listeners. We just wanted to give your Instagram a plug, so you're on Bodhi Pannenberg Fishing, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And for the listeners out there, he's had some amazing gear up.
Oh yeah, get amongst it. Absolutely. I'm sure we'll be seeing a few more photos of barrels, I reckon, too, mate.
Yeah, and if there's any questions anyone wants to ask, I'm always happy to help. Like, it's good to see people that have never caught them before or anything like that go out and chase their dream fish and catch it, and I just love helping people do that. Like, there's a few blokes from Adelaide down the other day, and they didn't have any lures that have been working, so I lent them a couple for the day or for the couple of days, and they happily dropped them back off later. And unfortunately, they had no luck, but yeah, I just want to see everyone have their best chance of getting one.
No, it's great to see you supporting all the other fishermen and fisherwomen out there, Bodhi, so that's very good of you.
Yeah, no, I always try and help with what I can. I'm not going to give exact locations and that sort of thing, but I'll try and point you in the right direction, and it's something like you just got to keep learning and learning and learning, like we've done over the years, and yeah.
Absolutely, mate. Well, thank you very much for your time tonight. We really appreciate the insight there, and we'll be sure to get in touch with you if we're heading down that way for a beer, if nothing else.
Yeah, that sounds good. Anytime.
Brilliant,
all right,
mate.
thanks
again.
All right, too easy, guys. Cheers for the chat.
See you, mate.
Diz, that was a treat, as you said on the first 36 episodes.
That was spectacular, Roddy.
Great to chat with Bodhi, Diz.
Bodhi, a very helpful person and very, very kind with his knowledge, sharing it around to anybody who's gone down there for the barrels. And we very much look forward to going down there, Roddy, and getting a few tips.
Yes, Diz, he's a great man, very generous with his advice, his time.
Yeah.
He's well worth a follow on Instagram.
Absolutely.
Mind you, if you're sitting at work and scrolling the feed, he's going to make you jealous.
He's going to make you jealous, all right. All right, Roddy, let's get into the fishing report, mate. There's a bit here to get through. And one thing that is definitely a regular on our fishing report, particularly through winter, is we just touch on a few things that's happening in KI, particularly when it comes to the winter whiting scene. And what do we talk about?
I think you'd talk about the Kingscote Jetty myself.
We would definitely talk about the Kingscote Jetty because it's no secret that people bag out off that jetty.
Yep.
And that's exceptional.
It's rare that there's a jetty that fires this consistently.
That makes people who are strolling down the Grange Jetty for 2 or 3 undersized Jenny crabs.
Yeah.
Makes them feel very jealous.
Get on the ferry, guys.
Yeah. Get on the ceiling. Get amongst it.
Great spot.
Look, don't get me wrong. If you want to go down the Grange Jetty, please, by all means. But clearly the Kingscote Jetty is far more productive.
I've never seen anyone bag up and whiting off the Grange Jetty.
No, I'm sure it happened one day, though.
Back in the day, it might have.
Roddy, the yellowfin whiting are going to start coming, and we are definitely going to see more and more reports, particularly as this warmer weather starts to happen.
28 or 29 on Thursday, it could turn them on.
I'm thinking that might actually turn them on, and we look forward to seeing a few good catches of those coming across the social media platforms.
Yeah. Shane Mensforth will be the first, I reckon.
Yeah, absolute guru. And you want to get down there, you target with poppers.
Yep.
You want to get yourself a really nice light gear.
Yep.
You want to have a bit of, fluorocarbon leader.
Can go the bait option.
Can go bait option.
Couple of bloodworms.
Certainly if you're going for poppers, you want to be able to get something that you can get them out a long way.
Yep.
Cover a bit of ground.
Good fun, though, Diz.
Get amongst them, absolutely.
Those surface poppers.
Yes, they are. Bit of an art to them, but probably more a case of putting in the time.
Probably something we've never mastered completely.
No. Yeah, I'd agree.
We can't be dominant at all sorts of fishing. I know the listeners would have thought we'd just bag out on everything, but...
Roddy, the barrels, we know more about them now.
I would consider ourselves sort of experts after chatting with Bodhi. Taught us everything he knows.
10 fish lost.
Yeah.
For how many trips?
Yeah.
Goodness knows how many trips.
And you know what else is working in our favour, Diz? The border closures.
Yes.
Keeping the Victorians out.
Yes.
Because they normally nip across the border and take some of our barrels.
Could you imagine the elation after getting one if you'd lost 10?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it'd be unreal.
So, yes, they're on and they hopefully keep firing for a little bit longer. Just enough to line up a good weekend of weather with a bit of an availability for us.
Yep, absolutely. Keep your eyes peeled on those weather windows.
Yes, Diz, what's next?
The Maiponga Reservoir, there has been some good catches of redfin.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk at the start of winter about them dying off.
Yes.
The reports of redfin, but there's still been a few coming through.
Yeah, no, I've got some friends and colleagues who have heard some stories and got onto some fish down there, get out in the yaks and whatnot.
I'd love some of your friends and colleagues to actually point us in the right direction once, Diz. You talk about all these friends and colleagues.
We just haven't been down in Maiponga Reservoir.
Anyway, Diz, keep moving. What's your next buddy got to tell us?
Well, I did actually see some photos. Could not confirm whether they're from this year or maybe even this decade, but they looked relatively recent.
Yeah, who showed you that?
It wasn't scrolling for weeks.
Yeah.
Just this guy who comes in once every couple of weeks. We have a yarn about fishing.
Down at work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I spend most of my day just trying to sound out people who like fishing.
I was going to say, do you actually dispense any drugs or just give out questionnaires on stealing people's fishing spots?
I just like having a yarn, and if they look, if they show any interest in fishing whatsoever, I normally give them some time.
Couple of salty sea dogs walk in the store and Dizzy has to push the shop assistants.
We're down that way, mate. We're about 5 minutes from the O'Sullivan's boat ramp.
The salty sea dogs just get nothing but dizzy.
Yeah, I just barge my way through anybody else thinking they can have a chat with the salty sea dogs. I get amongst
Anyway,
it.
Diz, what
Anyway,
have
this
you getting?
guy, he had got some mullies. He chases them quite a bit down at Goa.
Yeah.
Heads down to Twitchery. And, he couldn't believe it. He thought a real uncharacteristic time.
Yeah, out of season.
His opinion.
Yeah.
I'd
agree.
So don't know what that is put down to, Rody, but some good signs there anyway if you're heading down that way or you like doing that sort of fishing. And one last thing from the fishing report, Rody, I did want to touch on is when you do read the reports across the state, there seems to be a very common theme about the West Coast, in particular Streaky Bay, of doing exceptionally well on the King George whiting at this time.
That's good signs, Diz.
Very good signs. We just hope they continue into late October when we plan on spending a week there. So if you know of some spots, you know of some little hidden gems that you've got amongst while you've been venturing across onto the Eyre Peninsula, then please do get in touch.
There's also been plenty of reports of big hooing salmon all across the Eyre Peninsula.
And some good gummies.
Yes. So we might have to take the beach gear as well.
I think we will. A couple of good nights on the sand.
We're going to have a bit of gear on this trip, I reckon, Diz. That's actually, we should do a night on the beach.
Yes, we should. Brady, that wraps up the fishing report, mate.
Yep, good work from you, Diz.
What do you think?
Yeah, look, I do love all the Christie's Beach locals chipping in their 2 cents worth at the pharmacy.
Yeah, it is. It's good. A day in the life. Ah, dear. All good fun. Righty, let's move on to the tackle segment, mate. And I've been racking my brain for this one. And
Yeah, what do you got, Diz?
I'm certainly not going to claim that this is the best one we've ever had. But I had been thinking something I do very much enjoy doing in summer is when we get those warmer nights and you get the really dark nights, very still, no wind. You get out there and you go dabbing.
Yes.
Don't
Couple of middies.
Couple of middies, couple of mates. It's a real team sport. I'm going to reference sport there.
Are you listening, David?
I'm going to reference sport there. And because I would be extremely impressed if somebody could go dabbing on their own.
It's a lot of things. You got to steer the boat, man the torch, man the net.
Yeah.
Keep the beers cold.
Yeah, it's not easy. And Hugh Sangster didn't make it look easy.
He's whack. He'll be listening to this.
Hugh was actually really quite good that night. He certainly did better than bloody Goody falling out of the boat.
Goody ended up in the drink last time he went dabbing. See what coming.
We won't tell too much about any private stories, but you're right, Rody. You've got to drive the boat. You've got to navigate with absolute precision. But one thing that is absolutely critical to any dabbing mission, besides a couple of mid-strength beers, is a dabbing torch.
Yes.
And
what do you look for in a good torch, Diz?
Well, you want a very high output.
Yep.
Very strong. Preferably one that isn't battery operate,
Yeah, we've had some issues with that over the years.
You don't want to be out there and lose power. And some of the best are submersible, actually.
Yes.
So you can get them in the water. That way you can raise and lower the depth of the torch so as to stun the gar.
There's nothing quite like that feeling of knowing you've got that gar stunned.
Oh, isn't there?
And it's an easy capture.
Yeah.
You just sneak up behind it and before it knows what's going on, it's in the net.
Yeah. And you want a net that glides through the water really nicely.
Yeah.
But you don't want those openings to be too big.
No.
Because what's going to happen? You're going to lose those slender fish through the openings, obviously. So there's a bit of an art to it, but a critical part, like I mentioned, is the dabbing torch. You can get down to any tackle store. I'm sure they'd be able to point you in the right direction if they didn't have one. Generally come with a couple of alligator clips. You can just hook up to a battery.
There's nothing worse than either A, dodgy connection, losing power, or B, running the batteries flat.
Yeah, look, my suggestion would be to always have a backup.
Yes.
So we've caught that when they're thick, you can have a headlamp on.
Yeah.
A strong enough headlamp will get them around.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
Backup plan critical, but for those trips that go to plan, you want yourself a dabbing torch. Maybe just a car battery that sits in a little container specifically for your dabbing missions.
Yeah, look, Diz, I don't mind it.
Okay, well done, Rody.
That was a good episode, Diz.
It was. Bodhi was very generous with his time and his thoughts. We appreciate that. Look forward to the merch coming through. I know a lot of people have been very happy with the hoodies. So get around it because it's going to be summer soon. You're going to need another hat on.
And we've got another giveaway in the pipeline too, Diz.
We do.
Just a bit of a tease.
We do.
Hoodie,
Good call,
plenty
mate.
of gear,
Good call.
cap, plenty of local manufacturers and tackle gurus are getting involved.
Absolutely.
So that'll be on us before long, the big giveaway, Diz, the big competition.
Yes, we will. We look forward to that. And thanks very much for listening today. And we look forward to catching up with you next time.
All right, Diz, cheerio.
See you, mate.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.